conversation with character to reflect on my past to present, aware of character defects.
I'm sorry.
The passion, the power, the purpose of unwoven recovery, unity, service, 1 year token.
The most prestigious network in the land.
This is Characteristic. You already know Character did it. I'm here with SEEC. Bro, tell us about yourself. What do you do?
All right, my name is SEEC. SEEC is actually an acronym. It stands for Stacking Everything, Especially Cash.
Okay.
I don't want to just say I'm a musician because I'm more like I do a lot. I'm an entertainer. You know, that's the main thing. You know, I do music. I do skits. I know a lot of the high end content creators that are comedians on Instagram. There's a lot of my friends, and I dabble in the movies. Like I'm trying to do movies. I did a Wendy's ad. So, you know, I want to get into the entertainment business. You know what I'm saying? Music is just a little platform to get me there. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, bro. It's all part of the hustle. And that's the way that the artist should be looking at it, because just music is not enough for anybody anymore. You got to offer something else. You got to bring people to your page for something else.
Yeah. No, and what's, to me, music, I look at music like an app. You see how we have apps? We have apps to make us famous. So what you do is you take the music and that's how you gain your fans, is through the music. You know what I'm saying? And then from there you venture into clothes, movies, or whatever product that, you know what I'm saying? But the music is what gets you your fans for you to do that. It's very hard to just come up with a clothing brand and then trying to get people. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the music is a way for me to showcase my skills and show that I'm not afraid of the camera. Because once the camera's on, I turn into a whole different beast. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing. You know, and I through all these years doing music, now I could use my music and the support that I've gotten to do other things, which is clothes or movies or commercials, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So it's like a platform. It's like free promotion. It's like a platform to promote yourself.
Let's start at the beginning, though. How old are you?
I am 39 years old, which I should have never told you that, but I told you.
I'm 35, bro. Hey, it's the best time of our lives. I don't care what anybody says.
No, we look good.
Damn right, man. Damn right.
I see some 20-year-olds that look 50.
It's true. And then I've seen some 20-year-olds that look 10 years old, bro. The world doesn't make sense anymore, for real.
No, we looking good. And at the end of the day, music is all about the mind. You know what I'm saying? Music is a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate the fact that they categorize, you know, an age limit only on hip hop. They only do that shit in hip hop. No country singer can be. They don't say shit about. I was 50. No R&B singer. They be like, yo, he's too old to do R&B. The minute niggas want to rap, it's a problem. Oh, he's too old to rap. And I don't understand that when your mind gets sharper.
I think that's all changing, though. I really do. I think that's all changing.
No, it is. No, it is. Now we live in a time where, I mean, it's still looked at, like a lot of labels won't look at you. But if you want to do it yourself,
who needs a label?
There you go. Now you're talking.
Come on, man. You got all the tools you need at your fingertips, man.
Artist development is over with the labels. They don't do that.
Damn right.
You got to come already developed. That's what they want. They want you.
And what's the point? If you're developed, bro, you got to follow and just do it yourself. It doesn't make sense. Don't sign a contract. Don't give them any part of your rights, man. Just do it yourself.
That is a super fact. Yeah, you know the business. You know exactly how this shit goes.
No doubt, bro. Where are you from?
I am from Queens, New York. Ridgewood, Queens, New York. And I also have very, very close ties to Bushwick and Brooklyn, because Ridgewood is on the borderline of Queens and Brooklyn. Like, I could literally say, yo, I'm in Queens and I'm in Brooklyn. So it's weird because, like, I grew up like a Queens and Brooklyn boy, which is good. It's actually good. I got the best of the both worlds, you know?
No doubt, bro. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here in Queens.
You ain't never leaving Queens.
I mean, listen, eventually, you know, I do want to, you know, go get a bigger house and, you know, get some land and all that. Like, you know, I love this city. I love New York, but I've been very stubborn in not leaving New York when there's so much other things. Like, I've traveled a lot, but I love to always live in New York. I'm so used to the hustling and bustling. It's like everything is, you got to be quick with everything. And when you leave New York, I feel like every New Yorker always triples their worth because of the way we live. Like we're so fast paced, and that's no shade to any other state, but we're so fast paced that when we go to another state, we're moving fast. Like we get things done because we're so used to, just moving fast. I've noticed that. All of my friends that moved to Florida, Atlanta, or anywhere in a week, yo, I got a car and a house, and I'm like, yo, you couldn't do that shit over here.
You hit the lottery, bro?
Yeah, you couldn't do that. But I know also that New York is very, very expensive.
It's
the
true.
taxes, it's tough. What we pay for here, some pay for houses. A 2-bedroom apartment over here is like $2,000, $22. You know what I'm saying? And I know places that you can get you can rent a house for that.
Oh, no doubt, bro. I'm in Alabama. Trust me, shit is cheap as hell out here.
That's what I was gonna ask you, because I do have a little podcast that I used to do, and I'm bringing it back up. So I was gonna, I don't want to do the too many questions, but I was gonna ask you where you from. You said Alabama.
I'm from Maryland originally, but I'm in Alabama now. For now.
Okay. How long have you been in Alabama?
We'll talk about that after the interview. Enough about me. Let's talk about you, bro.
I'm so used to doing it too as well, doing a podcast.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I've done a couple podcasts. I did the same thing.
Yo, every time I'm on a podcast, I'm always asking them questions. They're like, yo, but you're the one.
There was one dude I did, and he had a podcast, and his outro was so solid, I didn't even give one. I was like, you're so used to this, bro. Like, you did it. That was a perfect outro. We done. Tell me about coming up, though. Tell me about what your childhood was like.
Regular hood New York story. My father died when I was 2. He was in the Navy. He died a day before his birthday, actually coming to see me. So he was in Virginia. The Navy base was in Virginia. So you got to picture this. He's a young kid. He went to the bar. Remember, it's his day before his birthday. He went to the bar. Probably had a couple of drinks with his homies or whatever. Said, yo, I'm going to go to New York and go see my son, because his birthday was the next day. And from Virginia to New York, he got into a car accident while I was 2 years old. So, I grew up like that, without a father. My mother trying to do the best that she can in New York City just by herself. I was always into basketball. My first love was basketball. I think a lot of people that rap, they always go into basketball.
Especially New York. It kind of came, it was like part of the culture in New York, especially back then, bro. Yeah. That's where you went to listen to the music, was the basketball courts.
So I was very big into basketball. I played in so many parks. I played for N1 for like two
like N1 mixtapes, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm nice with the handles. One thing, I'm nice with handling, yes.
I miss N1 mixtapes, bro. I used to live for those, man.
I miss those days too, man. The days before social media is so golden. Like, you had to cherish those days, man.
No doubt.
So, growing up, it was a lot of basketball. And as I got older, I started getting into the music, and I started really, listening to, whoever was hot at the time, which was like DMX and Jay-Z. I grew up, my favorite year of rap is 98. To me, I love 1998 rap. That's when I really rap in 98.
That was like Blueprint 1 time, right?
No, 98.
Nah, maybe 2.
No, that's 2000s. 98 is 98 would be maybe Hard Knock Life tour.
Okay.
The Money Cash Hoes and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I fell in love with music like around in 98. I mean, I listened to it before, but when you start paying attention as a teenager, what you really starting to like,
it hits different.
In 1998, I fell in love with music, and I was always good with writing words down and rhyming. I always used to write letters to the girls in class. I'd be the one doing the little poems. So, after a while, and also to impress my older cousin, I started writing music. And the time that I came up in, there was a lot of metaphors. Like, a lot of Fab, Lloyd Banks, Cassidy. So I would write a lot of metaphors, and my older cousin would tell me to stop, because he was like, I would say a metaphor and something so deep, but my next line would be another metaphor and another one, and he was like, you're not letting people think. But it was also an era of.
But that's what rap used to be, though, for real. Like, you used to have to spin a track back 10 times to catch everything.
There you go. There you go. Rewinding a verse was very big back in the day.
Damn right.
These kids don't rewind verses no more, man.
No, you don't need to.
There's no substance.
Yeah.
There's no substance. Look, to me, and every time I say this, it depends who the person is. My top 3 rappers is Jay-Z, Joel Santana,
Okay.
and Joe Button.
Okay.
And a lot of people, when I get to the Joe Button, be like, eh.
I was a little surprised to hear that one. I'm not gonna lie, but all right.
Nah, Joe is different. Like
I mean, and he did catch a bad rap with the whole Slaughterhouse thing and everything, you know.
You really got to go through things and have gone through things in life to understand Joe Button music. Like it's really for people that have, and I'm not saying I go through exactly everything, but it's like for people that are depressed, that have they've been through shit in their life or relationship problems, and just deal with depression and all that. He's very good for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
He is he's like a fucking therapist to some people.
Hell yeah. Never thought of a Joe Budden like that for real.
Nah, I've turned a lot of people onto Joe Budden and they're like, damn, wow. Like I'm mad that I missed these years of his catalog, you know. So, you know, like I said, growing up, basketball, you know, music. I've dealt with women that never understood the music, so I never got to fully do it as a youngin. I had my son at 23, and my son is 16 now. So, every woman that I was with never understood it. So I kind of always put the music on the back burner to make someone happy. And it got to a point where I was getting to an age where it's like, yo, if I don't give this shit a try, I don't want to die or be old and be like, I never gave it a shot. So the past 6 years, I went hard. I done performed. I opened for Jim Jones, Dusty Locane, J.I. the Prince, Sheik Luce, Steph Lover, Dave East. I had dropped this one song called FOH, and it really started catching traction in New York City to the point where I was getting paid for shows, getting paid to be on podcasts, and from that I still get, paid verses. Like, you gotta pay me for verses and all that shit. So I get money off this now, but it took these 6 years, and I feel so upset because it was so later in my life. You know what I'm saying? I put so much into these women back in the day, you know.
Now let me ask you something about that.
But now I have a strong woman that understands it.
That's everything right there, bro. That's everything.
And that makes it so much easier because of course you want to do it with somebody. I don't want to do it alone. Like I don't want to tour and make so much money by yourself. That shit is boring.
But let me ask you though. Let me ask you if this had happened when you were 25, when you were younger, when you're in your 20s, when you're a teenager, if you had gotten some steam going, some little something behind you, and people are paying you to perform, people paying you to go on podcasts and verses, do you think your ego would have kept you there?
That's a very smart. I probably wouldn't have appreciated it. And you're right. My ego my head would probably got bigger. Because as it's like rookies in basketball when they come in the league and you give them so much money, they think they the shit. You know, you can't tell them nothing. You can't. Yeah, I'm making this money. You can't tell them nothing. So I got a story for you. This goes with perfect.
Please do.
When my father passed away, he had left money in a CD, and it grew through the years. And it's like it's a happy and sad story. He left me $101,000.
Wow.
I got that when I was 18 years old. You want me to tell you what I did with that?
Oh God! Can you really tell me? Do you know where it went, bro?
At 18 years old, you're talking to a kid.
It's not even fair.
You're talking to a kid that one day had nothing, and I'm not saying I was like a bum or broke.
No,
I've always
but
had.
You're 18.
Nigga, listen to this. $0 in my debit account. Said the next day 101,000. So every day I was busting the limit. 500. So that it goes to what you were saying. Like if I would have got the money now, oh man.
Oh, you own the world. You own the world.
There's so many things that I didn't know as a kid. I didn't know when you have that money in the bank, if I wanted to do something, I ain't had to use my money. I never knew these things. I ain't know that once you have money in the bank, you can get a loan.
Yep.
Or you know what I'm saying? They help you.
There's
In
so
my
many
mind,
ways.
yeah, man. I'm so mad at I tell my pops, my bad, man. I tell him all the time, yo, I'm sorry. I tell him, you should have put an age limit on that shit. You should have said it till I got 30, so I could have been more in my right state of mind.
He didn't know it was coming.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of things. I drove from here to Cali and back. When I had that money, a lot of people have never done that. I lived in Utah for a year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Utah,
people,
why?
Yeah, my story's crazy, man. This is why you do podcasts like this. So my uncle is a lawyer in Utah, but he left in the 80s. In the 80s, he had a friend that lived over there, and he was tired of New York. He was broke, and he moved to Utah. He went to college day and night and became a lawyer. He was eating beans out the can. He was telling me, yo, I was eating beans out the can. I was going to school day and night. Became a lawyer. So like in 1987, from 87 to like, because you know, as a teenager, I stopped going over there because I just want to be in the hood now. I would go there every year to Park City. I would be in Utah, and it was a cultural shock and a change. But it made me who I am, and I could talk to people differently. I've learned a lot of things than your average New York kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people from New York stay in New York. I've done a lot of things. You know, I from living in Utah. When I used to come back, a lot of people would be like, "Where was you, in Ohio?" I said, "No, Utah."
Do they know the difference? Do they know?
You know, so you know, like I've done a lot of things. So like, it makes sense what you were saying about the music. If I would have, you know, got it at an earlier age, and maybe I wouldn't appreciate it, and you know, maybe it's supposed, you know, God's plan is supposed to happen this way.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. You know, there's certain things that have happened to me recently that, man, I wanted them when I was in my 20s, but I'm glad I didn't get them. You know.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
And a solid woman next to you it makes a huge difference.
Yo, it really does, man. It really does, especially when they understand, like, because being with an entertainer is not easy. At the end of the day, being with is not easy, because we have to. If we're gonna tell the story, we gotta tell the story correctly. You know, like there's women all the time. You go to my page, women is always throwing themselves at me, and my woman understands it. She knows I'm not there for that. I'm not at that age where I'm going to a show to perform and looking for women. I'm not doing that. I'm going there to work. I'm going there to perform. I perform. I get on stage. I do my networking. You know, do my handshakes, pictures, talk to people, because I'm not an asshole either. I don't like people that perform and just leave. Right. That's one thing that bothers me as an artist. Like, if you come and there's other artists there, try to show some respect and don't leave after your show.
Absolutely, especially if you're still growing and everything, bro. It's all about personal connections. But
even if you're just still growing and you're like midway there, like, don't be an asshole.
Absolutely.
Like, don't be an asshole. And that's what I feel a lot of these people end up becoming, is assholes. Like, no matter how successful I got with that song that I dropped and the hood love that I get, people love me because I will come to a show and I will perform and I will stay there. Because how do I make myself look if I come? I'm acting like I'm royalty. I'm not doing that. We the same person.
You look like an asshole.
Let's say I bring 20, 30 people. Let's say I bring 20, 30 people with me. When I leave, I'm taking those with me, man. That's fucking up the whole establishment.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, me as a performer, I don't want to perform for my own friends. For that, I fucking stay home.
Yep.
I want to perform for other people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if I come with 30 people and then I take my 30 people, I know as an artist, you're looking at the 30 people walk through that door like, fuck, I wanted to perform for those people.
Exactly. And the next time those artists perform somewhere, they're going to want you there because you kept those 30 people there the whole show.
I'm very big on supporting other artists and showing love, man. One thing about me, my name goes far in anywhere they ask about SEEC. Yeah, he's a good dude. Because the most important thing in this music is relationships. You could be dead broke, you could be fucked up, but if you kept a relationship, it might get you back up.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Relationships are very important. Very important. So I keep those. I don't burn bridges. You never know when you gotta walk back. And if you do gotta walk back and you burnt it, learn how to swim back over.
I love that. I love that. I love that for real.
You got you, man. You got you.
What do you consider your biggest...
Another shout out to you. I'm gonna do through the whole shit because your content, and I love the fact that you're consistent. I don't know if people tell you enough, but I'm gonna tell you, like, even if I don't know you for that long, I'm proud of you, my brother. Like,
I appreciate that. I really do. I for real appreciate that. I appreciate when people say that. It means a lot. It really, it takes a lot of work, and it does mean a lot.
We gotta give flowers to people while they here.
Because there's enough out here for everybody.
And I'm saying, man, they always want to give flowers when someone passes away. Oh, he was dope, and he was this. And no, tell a nigga why he's here, so he could know that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right, bro.
Like my man from high school, he just passed away. Bless his family. R.I.P. to my man Jamel. And just so many people are just coming out of nowhere saying how great he was, and I'm like, I wonder if he knew that.
Yeah.
That's what I wonder if he knows. Of course, spiritually, we're gonna say he sees it. But damn, man, tell him why he's here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let him know that he's loved. Sometimes people die depressed, not even knowing that they were loved.
No doubt.
And then when they pass away, the whole hood is like, yo, that was my guy. Tell him, man. Just tell him.
Exactly.
Tell him.
Exactly.
Even tomorrow. Call your best friend tomorrow and just tell him, yo, man, I love you, bro.
I had a friend who lost a friend suddenly. I think he was actually murdered. A friend of his was murdered. And from that day on, every time that guy got off the phone with anyone, he ended it with, I love you. And it was like uncomfortable at first, but it was like by the time you got used to it, it was like, yeah, he's making sure that he doesn't forget to say it the last time he talks to him.
I tell my homeboys and I understand what you're saying, because it wasn't until a couple of years ago I've heard men tell another man, yo, I love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm talking, this was 06, 07.
Oh, so yeah, it was kind of still, yeah. But I totally get that, because at the end of the day, you could love another man. It doesn't mean it has to be sexual. You can really have love for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have plenty of brothers that I call my brothers that I say, yo, bro, I love you, because one motto I live by, and people could tell you this: when I perform. Like, there's very rare people that perform better than me, and I stand on that because I sweat. I leave it all out there. And the reason why I do that is because I perform every night like it's my last.
Yep.
And you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I could perform for you tonight. So tomorrow, God forbid, I get hit by a bus, as they say. And it's like, y'all remember, he puts on, though. And I got that from Iverson. Allen Iverson is my favorite player. Of course, MJ's the GOAT. Then you got... We can't do that. MJ's the GOAT, but my favorite player was Allen Iverson, because he had a big heart. He was small and handle, and his motto was, "I play every game like it's my last."
I like that.
That's Yeah, man, you have to, man. You never know when's the last time. You never know. So that's why I say it's normal for people nowadays and myself to tell somebody, "Yo, I love you, bro," like, because you just never know.
No, absolutely, and I love that that's becoming normalized for real. Love is not just romantic. We need to spread love every day to everybody we know.
Especially in what we living in now. Look at this world we live in. Look at the war. Look at this shit. Babies dying. Racism. It's so bad out here. Like this, I miss the 80s and 90s. Like, I just miss the feeling that I don't know. I felt like we was together, sitting on the stoop, listening to music or the porch. And it was just no social media. You go on a train right now, and the whole train is like this.
Yep.
Yo, I look up. And
there's groups of friends together out there doing that. You go to DC, you can find tourists on the train for the first time.
Through the years, though, that's just gonna fuck up people's bodies, like that position of just being like that. You know what I'm saying? Even now, I deal with it sometimes, but for these kids,
it's been their whole life. It's been their whole life too.
And it's like, I start thinking about the kids that grew into this. Like, You said you're 35, right? So you're 89.
88.
Oh, sorry, 88. Okay. You are born in a time, the greatest time. We are born in the greatest time because we know before the internet, but we still
And
know how to
after.
use it.
We're the only generation. Yep.
But we know how to use it.
Yep.
If you ask a generation above us,
They don't know how to use it.
understand it, but they don't know how to use it. They'll get on it, but we know how to engage. We still know how to make a business out of it.
Yes.
You ask our older people, they lost. They lost. So I feel like where we at, we know what it is. Like if they shut down Instagram and everything else, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yep.
These fucking kids will have a connection.
Bro, we'll be relieved.
Niggas will start.
We can find a new hustle.
Yo, you start foaming out the mouth, bro.
It's true, man.
If they shut down that, they won't even know what to do. These kids don't have no communication skills. They don't even look you in your eye to talk to you anymore.
Nope. They freak out at a phone call. Tell me about your biggest accomplishments, though. Tell me about your biggest accomplishments in life and in music.
One is being a father. You know, I'm always gonna say like I've done a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And nothing, you know, harmful to a person. Just surviving. And one of the best decisions that I made and the best thing that I've created was my son. You know, my son is 16. He's a smart kid, man, honor student. You know, so that's one of my greatest accomplishments. When it comes to music, you know, I dropped a fire song that got me onto these stages, you know, opened me up for people that I never thought that I would meet. You know, Steph Lover was a radio personality in New York that I used to listen to on the radio every day. One day I got off stage and I heard her voice. She goes, "Yo, you're dope." And I look and it's Steph Lover.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
She gave me her phone number. She put me on a podcast. So I thought that was dope. You know, J.I. the Prince, you know, all these little girls love J.I. I don't know if you know, he's a New York rapper, but I opened up for him and Funk Flex. Funk Flex is another person that I never thought, that you know, be next to. He reposted my music. You got Dave East. You got Sheik Lou from the Logs. And these are people that I never thought that I would be next to. I also won it was a nationwide contest where people had to vote for me and my song, and they was gonna fly me to Miami to open up for Fat Joe and Jim Jones, and I ended up winning. I won. They paid for my hotel. They paid for my flight and hotel. It was one day, flight and hotel. I went on a Friday and I came back Saturday. I opened up for Jim Jones and Fat Joe. But it was just I thought that was so dope because there was anybody could have voted from Russia. It was actually worldwide. It was worldwide. And I was surprised that I won. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's amazing.
A lot of people were like, but why are you surprised? Because you've been putting in a lot of pain. It's like, but you don't know, like, this world is big. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
For me to come in first place out of all these people, it was definitely an honor. What else? Being recognized by my peers and people that I used to listen to and look up to, tell me that I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that right there is like priceless.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't put no number, no price on that shit. Like it's just I love music. And if I didn't, I would have been stopped. I don't do it to be famous. I don't do it to for women. I don't get women all my life, bro. Like, so it's never for that. You know what I'm saying? It was never for
right.
that. I just love the music. I love writing. To me, it's like a puzzle. A lot of people like doing crossword puzzles, and to me, when I do music, I tell people anybody can rhyme dog and fog and frog, but it's what you put before that to lead up to that. You got to give them a story. Yep. You know, anybody can rhyme, but it's the story that leads up to that rhyming word. So I always thought of it as a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I come up with a metaphor first, and then because I'm very big on 4 bars. I do 4 bars. I write 4 bars with the same last word.
Same rhyme scheme, yeah.
Then I'll switch the flow from there. Like, so it'll sound the same, and then I'll do a flow switch, another 4. So in a verse, you'll probably have 4 different flows. Okay. Because
that's what's up. Yeah.
Jump around, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like just love doing this shit, man. I feel like if I didn't do music, like I feel like I'd come home and just be bored as shit. Like I love writing. You know what I'm saying? I love writing music. I don't go for others. I'm actually working on with this girl. Her pen is alright, but she's a hustler. She pushes. So she asked me to write for her. So, you know, I'm writing for someone as well. You know, besides the music, you know, I did a Wendy's ad for social media, which is dope. I'll send you the picture. I did a Wendy's ad. I was in a movie, and I'm about to be in another movie. Like, so I'm trying to do other things, man. I'm not trying to just do the music. The music is dope. It's always gonna be there. But I want to do commercials, you know, movies, and even what is that called? Placement, music placement, like
Yep.
just do
Yep. Getting
jingles and
movies
shit
in.
like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Like, stuff like
That's
that.
where the money is for music. That's where the money is.
Look, my boy just got his song on 2K24.
Hell yeah! I have a friend. Are you talking about Blaze Hunter?
I don't know if it's the same. I think it is.
Probably.
He got his song on
Yeah,
2K24.
Blaze Hunter.
Right?
Hey, bro, he also just got nominated for a Grammy, bro. Like,
That's fire.
it's
like,
crazy.
It's so dope the things that we could do now without a label.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
tough, it's you know how I look at it? It's like a building. And if you have a label, you take the elevator. That's the elevator. But if you're independent, you gotta take the stairs.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get there. You just gotta take the
Take
stairs.
a little more time, a little more effort. Yep. But man, the end result is that much sweeter.
Oh hell yeah! That's like working when you work for your money in your paycheck. Like if I gave you $500, you're gonna be like,
Yep.
good luck.
Cool.
But if you work for that $5, and I'd be like, yo, lend me $100, you're kind of gonna be like, I worked for this.
Exactly.
This is a different $5. This ain't the same $5. You know what I'm saying?
This $5's like 1,000. I don't care what you say, bro.
So,
What about what about the biggest obstacles that you've had to overcome?
The biggest obstacle? I say just being from New York, man, is and dealing with 100 people that trying to do the same shit that you're doing.
Yeah.
And what bothers me about New York is that we have this crabs in a barrel mentality, man, and I hate it, man. Is that we always trying to pull each other to get to the top, man. We don't help each other, and New York does that. The South sticks together. They help each other. I've always noticed that. They always just help each other, but New York is, I'm better than you, and there's so much competition, and I don't compete with nobody. Since I was young, I don't compete. Like whether it's because I think that I'm better or not, and I don't see it that way because I know I'm nice with it, but I don't look at people as competition because I just don't want to do that. I just like, yo, you're nice, and I'm nice. Fuck it, we nice. Why is it gotta be, you're nice, I'm nice, but I'm better than you? Like I don't gotta be better than you. Why can't we just both be nice? So I think that's like a problem in New York City is people see another nice nigga and be like, but I'm better than him. Why is he getting this? And why did yo just put the work in? Just put the work in, stay consistent, and that's what's gonna get you there. You know?
How have you learned to overcome that?
By not being consistent, by dealing with women that fuck my whole shit up, and now I know. You know what I'm saying?
You learned the hard way.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. You know, I really did, but it gave me, you know, character. I know what's good. And I see red flags now. I can see the red flag. Like, yo, this is not good. I've seen this before. Let me turn this way. Yep. You know, that comes with with age and all that.
Damn right.
Another thing that I've done that I'm proud of, besides, you know, the music and the movies, I done traveled a lot. Like I done been to Dubai, I've been to Rome, I've been to Paris, I've been to Antigua, Antigua, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Antigua was my favorite one. And what was the other one? Yeah, I'm trying to. Cozumel.
Okay.
Mexico. So I've traveled, and I feel like that also helps me in this music because I've seen a lot of things. I could talk to people that kind of look down on us rappers, because a lot of people sometimes think as rappers we never done shit on our life. You know what I'm saying? I used to work in the construction field, and the supers and all the high-end people, 'cause I used to do labor work. So the supers would always be, yeah, I've done this, I've done that. And one time I got into the conversation, I'd be like, yo, I went to Dubai, I went to Rome, and they never been there. And they looked at me like what are you doing? Like, and I'm like, yeah, like I've done things only because I'm a labor worker, they're super. What does that mean? Like, that doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean you're better than me in anything. You just made better decisions into this job that you're in.
Right. Well, you dedicated your life to this job. That's not what I'm trying to do.
And so it's like, I feel like traveling and being able to talk about different things, because I like food. I like trying different foods as well. Like, I always tell people, don't say you don't like something if you never tried it. Because I hate when people do that. I hate that shit. And I'm like, yo, just try it. If you don't like it, don't ever try it again. But don't sit there and say, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I like to try different foods. So I feel like when you travel a lot, you meet different people, you learn how to handle different personalities and people, and your mind is not so caged in. So I feel like traveling really is an accomplishment, because some people will never leave their state.
No doubt.
Or their block. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So those trips definitely is an accomplishment, Definitely.
You got any crazy stories from when you were traveling?
When I went to Dubai, Dubai is crazy because over there, the woman can't walk in front of you and you can't hold hands. But they're not so strict with it with the tourists, because they know that you're tourists, so they kind of.
Sure.
But I was on a tour bus going to like one of these, the mosque and one of these things, whatever. And I look to my right and I see a guy with 2 tigers in the fucking front seat. In the front seat, he had this fire car. And he had the 2 tigers in the front seat. I'm just like, yo, is this shit real though?
What, bro?
He had 2 tigers just chilling. Everything's like this. I was like, yo.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, let me see. That was a crazy story. Just recently, when I went to Miami for that contest I won. So I go to Miami. I get there. My man meets me up there. I was like, yo, we need some bud. We're looking for bud. We end up finding something. It was all right. It wasn't the boom. It wasn't the fire, but it did the job, right? So I remember I told you I stayed there for 1 day. I come back home to unpack. The whole fucking time in my book bag, I had a fucking ounce.
Bro, and you flew with it, bro. And you flew with it.
Yeah, I went into the whole shit and came back with it. And I'm like, and it was better than that shit. And I was like, yo,
damn.
But thank God we live in the times that I would have got locked up if that was a couple years ago. What am I gonna tell them niggas? Oh, I forgot it was in here. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, and the dogs aren't smelling for the weed anymore.
Yeah, so that was crazy. That was definitely crazy. Yeah. Yeah. My mother asked me for some butter.
Hell yeah. What's the dream, bro?
What's the dream? The dream is, just to be able to live a happy life, man. To be able for my kids to have set something up for my kids like my father did for me, And I just wanna travel more. I just wanna travel. I wanna tour. At the end of the day, for some reason, I've always wanted to tour and perform in other places. That's the dream, to just tour and tour and tour. But right now, where I'm at with it, right now, I'm very happy with my career, because I've been doing. I done crowd surfed and before, and I talked to a lot of my rapper friends, and they never crowd surfed.
Bro, what did that feel like? Was that incredible? Oh,
it was. I loved it. Now I understand why these rock bands used to do that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I understand. Like, it's such a dope feeling knowing that you have people to support you like that. You understand? Like, not anybody can just want to jump in the crowd and expect for you to get caught. Like,
right. Yeah, no, I've seen plenty videos where they don't catch them.
That's actually one of my biggest accomplishments. Shout out to my brother Q Streets. Yeah, Q Streets had got me a show in Long Island. I had sold. It was one of my first shows. I actually sold 65 tickets that day. I remember that day. I sold 65 tickets. and they were in front. They were right there. All the people were there, and I'm looking at them, and they're like, jump, and I'm like,
y'all better catch me.
Yeah, and I just went, and I jumped, and I jumped, and yo, it was the greatest feeling, man. I'll send you guys whatever clips that you need, and I'll just send you just so you can see, you know.
Yeah, anything we talk about, send it so I could put it in like reels and stuff. That'd be cool.
And man, that was definitely one of my greatest times was performing in Long Island, man.
Hell yeah.
Have you been to New York? Have you ever been to New York?
For one day, bro. Amazing. I grew up in Maryland, 3 hours away. I only went there one day.
One day? But what the fuck?
I left when I was 19. If I was there older, I would have, you know, like I didn't have much to do up there when I was 16 years old, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll be up there. Honestly, I've met so many people there. I know I was supposed to be there for Fashion Week, but it didn't work out. But I'll be up there at some point. I got music videos I got to shoot up there for real, but that's another story.
Hey, let me know. Let me know when you over here, man. Tap in with you, man. I definitely, you know, chill with you that day. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, bro. I'll hit you up, man.
Watch you work and shit like that. Hopefully, I'm doing something. Maybe you can watch me work, performance. You know?
No doubt, bro. I'll shoot you performing, man. That'd be fun.
Nah, yeah, that'll be dope. That'll definitely be dope.
You got anything coming up you want to talk about?
Right now, at this very moment, I'm working on my self-titled album, SEEC, Stacking Everything, Especially Cash. I have an album that I just did with my brother, which he sings. He's a singer. I don't sing, but we did an R&B album that is kind of like a 2000 vibe, which it's for grown-ups, and it talks about sex and grown-up shit, but not so vulgar. It's like if that your grandmother could listen to your little niece.
Okay.
7 tracks, there's no curses, and I melodize on that. Like, so I'm not really rapping. I kind of try to deal with the melodies. So I got that coming out, and it's me and my brother. We're called Blunts and Roses.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, Blunts and Roses. So that's the name of the album, Blunts and Roses. I got that coming out, and then I'm working on my self-titled album as well. Maybe do the EP. I don't know how many tracks I'm gonna do. I got so many tracks that I could pick out of it. But I also want to write fresh things, y'all. Sometimes when you want to, I just decided now to really focus on this album. You don't want to just pick old songs. You want to work on some new things. So I got that. I have my boy Miko. I don't know if you know Miko. Miko is you ever seen Euphoria?
Yeah.
Ever watched that show Euphoria?
I've seen a couple episodes, yeah.
You know the guy with the tattoos on his face?
Okay.
That's my boy.
What?
That's my guy.
What? Okay.
I gotta tell you, go to my page and you see I'm be with him. That's my guy. He just finished doing a movie called The Pale White Horse and House of Dolls 1. They're gonna do House of Dolls 2. And he spoke to me. He was like, "Yo, I want you in House of Dolls." Like, so I'm trying, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro, man. That's amazing.
I'm trying everything. This year, I'm kind of, and I don't want to say falling back from the music. I'm falling back from the shows. Because like I said, for 6 years, I was doing a lot of shows, And sometimes people don't understand that devalues you. When you could be seen at almost every week or every 2 weeks.
You got exclusivity.
Yes. So I'm trying to do that more, which I should have did before, because one thing that I'm going to tell artists, when I did that show in Long Island and I was crowd surfing, it was a very big show. The footage was great. And then the next week I did a regular show with not that many people. And it kind of the image, it's not good when you do that. Like, I've learned things.
It's true.
Like, I don't know if you watch battle rap. I'm very big into battle rap. So it's like if you battle a top guy and then next week you battle a nobody in a no-name league, they're gonna be like, you're just battling just a battle.
That's not moving up. That's moving up and then down and then you know, yeah, I feel you.
So I'm not chasing the shows as much, because nowadays anybody can do a show. It's not hard for people to find shows now. Back then it was kind of exclusive. Like, oh, you're performing, like,
you had to know somebody. Now, you know,
everybody has a venue. Everybody's a promoter. Everybody wants to get artists. You know, and I don't pay for slots. You know what I'm saying? That's something. I'm not paying for no slots. We could talk business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I tell these I've done put in so much work. You don't have to pay me every time, but let's talk something.
Right.
You know, let me get 5 or 10 people in a bottle, or let me get 5 or 10 people, or give me some bud and some free entry. Like, I can't do shit for free, man.
Right.
This
Like, I'm bringing value to you, bring some value to me. That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing showcases and open mics. That's what I'm not doing.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm not
man.
trying.
That's gross.
You know I'm not
That's
trying
gross.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm already at a point where it's like, if the money's right, or it gotta make sense. Like, I'm not money hungry, but it has to make sense. Like, this is my craft. I put my all into this shit. Like, I bleed, the pen bleeds. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, it got to be a barter system somehow. Or, like I said, it got to make sense. So if you tell me, yo, perform, because this person might be there, or this person.
Or this many people will be there.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's an opportunity, like an opportunity.
And that's also going to open you up to be able to do things like the movie that you're talking about, and all these different acting and ads and all, you know, and you want to do those things. So it's going to give you time to expand and then build value, add value to your music too. So it's, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone type thing.
You know, and just building up, social media and all that stuff, trying to just, stay relevant. I mean, it's tough because, like, this algorithm shit, you got to be on it. Like,
no
they
doubt,
really
bro.
want you.
No doubt.
And these fucking apps are smart because they want watch time. They want you on your phone 7-8 hours a day trying to keep up with, yo, I need to post 2 times a day. Let me make sure I comment back to everybody. Yo, I'm going to be honest with you. You lose relationships and you hurt people chasing a dream too. I want to tell people this because I myself, I could also, admit to my mistakes, fucking being tunnel vision and just focusing on music and having somebody you love or your kids and you don't pay the attention that they deserve could really harm you. You know what I'm saying? Because if it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to work out with the music, then the damage that you've done this whole time, you had to fix. And sometimes you can't fix it. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure when you want something, I tell these artists, because a lot of artists are young now, just pay attention to your surroundings and what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you could hurt people on the way to this shit.
Absolutely.
That's one thing. You got to be conscious of people,
No doubt, bro. No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Before we end this, is there any kind of like life lesson or sentiment that you want to share with anybody, or some advice to young artists up and coming?
Never stop pushing a song because you feel like it's old. It might be old. It might be old to you, but it's gonna be new to others and many others. The song that I'm talking about, that I did very well with, I still push it. I still show it to people. I still, and it's like 2 years old, and some people will be like, "Yo, but why you still pushing that shit?" Why? Because there's a million people in this world that haven't heard it. So I tell artists, because these artists are now stuck in, I gotta keep dropping music. I gotta keep dropping. You have to learn how to let a song breathe as well. You know what I'm saying? You can't drop one song and then next week drop another one. And you gotta let these people listen to the song. Like, it's like the radio. And this is how I did my music. I treated it like the radio. When you wake up every morning at 7 o'clock, whether you drive, I don't know what you do, or if you've ever driven to work or whatever, you're going to work, the radio plays the same fucking rotation every morning. They drilling the song into your head.
Yep,
so
for months.
For months. Even if you don't like the song, at the end of the day, you're fucking singing it.
Damn right.
So when I dropped that, the name of the song is FOH. So when I dropped FOH, I would put it in my stories every day. I will go to somebody like your page, because I'm not dumb. I'm very smart with some things. I will go to your page and I'll take one of your posts and repost it. But I'll put my music on it. What's gonna happen? Forcefully, you're gonna repost it.
Yep.
Because how you're not gonna repost it? I'm reposting you.
Right.
It might be a picture of you driving like this. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna post this and I'm gonna put my music to it. Because I know that he's just gonna be happy that I posted.
And then it's cool, right? It's like yeah.
So what I would do, I would support everybody in their businesses. I'll put my music on it, but I would always keep putting my music every day. every fucking post to the point where people are like, yo, this shit is alright.
Yeah.
This shit is fire. So it's like, that's what I tell these artists. I understand that we live in a time where everything's fast paced and everything gets forgotten quick, but never stop pushing a song that you believe that's fire. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's being consistent. Being consistent.
No doubt, man. Yo, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you shared. It's been an awesome episode of Characteristic with SEEC, aka Stack Everything, especially Cash. Tap it with him.
And they know me as it's actually SEEC, the ugliest nigga in Queens, man. That's what I go by. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. The ugliest nigga in Queens, man. So, boy, SEEC. I also want to thank you for letting me come up here and letting me, speak. And like I said, I give you your flowers. You know that I tell you that every time, amazing podcast. So I appreciate this time, and let's just be grateful that we're alive. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Everybody, follow him up, hit him up. I'll see y'all next time. Peace up.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
The most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.